Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad Jules Koundé a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that and he's a formidable presence at the back.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Some really good ball movement. Chooses to go cross-field. Van de Ven. And Konate. Pressing high and with purpose. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Tchouaméni. Cucurella. Looking for options for movement. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. It's not an especially good pass, that. Konate. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Valverde. Now Van de Ven. And he's had it nicked away. Can he get on the end of this? This looks promising. Romero. First quarter of an hour gone. He is through here. And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Oh, good climb! And again! Well, that is commitment to the cause. Vietnam have their second corner now. Well, that is one way to stop him. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
This certainly looks appetising, well within shooting range.
It's a very good position, this, and the right distance too.
Neither side yet able to find the net. Thuram. And it's Tchouaméni. Turns back here, probably the best option. That's gone for a throw-in. Cucurella. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. João Palhinha. And it's João Palhinha. Oh, he's getting hounded, really hounded. Oh, that's a fine interception. Konate. Koundé.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now Van de Ven. And it's Tchouaméni. Thuram. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. So a chance here, what can they make of it? And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. And it's Tchouaméni. Can he get it through? Hoist it in. And that should get the job done. Aims beyond the defence. Dink through. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Cucurella.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Vinicius Junior. Pedri. Lopez. Fermin really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. Yamal. He's had it taken off him. Tchouaméni. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
João Palhinha. Now that's well seen too. Eze. Tchouaméni. Koundé. That's been cut out, well played. Tchouaméni.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Opts for safety. That's a throw. And that's definitely not his best. And that signals the end of the first period. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps.
Please turn your attention
So your views
to
on the first half?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. Away we go again. So neither side has yet broken through. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Yamal. He's a sharp little ball here. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Valverde. And here's Thuram. Fermin. Vietnam are looking to break at pace. Fermin running with the ball. He's had a shot! And that would have been some goal.
Yeah, I think he's a little annoyed with himself there, Peter, because he did pretty much everything right up to the end.
So, third corner of the game. Van der Ven can get it clear. Vinicius Junior has given away a free kick. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Two fresh faces, and both in the front line.
It's a bold move. The manager's made his intentions pretty clear. He's going for this.
Tchouaméni.
Number 30.
Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here.
This is the time you need that pace.
And it's João Palhinha. Foot in. Oh, can he get onto this? Now it's Mbappe. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played.
And the shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 4 coming up here. That's put pay to the danger. Van Dijk. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Koundé. And here's Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Vietnam perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, what has happened here? Eze. Tchouaméni. Yamal makes a dash for it. He's in a great position here, and he's managed to get free. Oh, important interception. Defending of the desperate variety. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Pedri. João Palhinha. Can he spark a counter here? Now it's Mbappe. Nice bit of trickery. And it's made its way to him. Eze! Well taken goal. That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Fermin. Number 5, Yamal.
So we have movement on both
Number
benches.
4, Pedri.
Arsenal
Coming
are
on the
in
field,
front now, the game's
number
only
15,
goal.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Number 6.
Look, takes a shot!
Substitution.
Oh, it's come off the upright.
Vietnam really...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And he's forced to go back. Van de Ven. Greenwood did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Now it's Mbappe. Konate calmly anticipates. Vietnam are running out of time and out of options.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Now, can they get him? And the finish!
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Chance for a shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
Great defending, strong and determined. Stood up well to him there. Cherki. Tonali. And he's got away from him.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And that has left him in a heap. Hakimi getting forward. Cherki. Mbappe. Spread to the right. And the counter is on. Plenty to aim at here. Oh, he's tripped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. So, power or guile, what's it going to be? Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. The end, time is up. So in the end, one goal did it. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening, And the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. Vinicius Junior, that is lovely. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I think you and I can be sure that neither of us are going to present a serious challenge in trying to outrun Mickey van de Ven. This Dutchman is unusually fast for a defender, particularly the fact is he's 6'4". So I'm just concerned about his hamstrings. I know he's had problems in the past, and I just hope that doesn't go on to interrupt his career, but there's nobody really capable of outrunning him.
No argument from me on that front. It's Pogba! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now they can clear their lines. And it's Hakimi. Good read, needed to be. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Yamal. Cucurella. Tries to play it through. Romero did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Engages and forces him off the ball. Looking for the run. Osimhen. Yamal. And it's João Palhinha. And the pass is intercepted. Vinicius Junior. Arsenal are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Palhinha tries to clear. Yamal.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now Pogba. Yamal. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And the counter is on. Great vision. Not the most accurate pass. De Bruyne. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Tchouaméni. Van de Ven gets over and intercepts.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Valverde. Vinicius Junior. Decent chance! He scored! Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Vietnam have fired themselves in front.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Played into space. Oh, well played. That's a decent clearance. Koundé.
Vietnam really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Palhinha.
Unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Eze. Now it's Mbappe. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vinicius Junior receives it in a good position here. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Oh, that is a smashing piece of defending from him. Osimhen proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And here's Thuram. And it's Eze. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's been... Can he finish? And yes, it's there! Arsenal are level. And that is all they have time for. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So, nothing in it, Jim. What do you think?
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. The second half is up and running. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yamal.
De Bruyne.
Osimhen. Osimhen!
Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Osimhen clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that.
Eze. Vinicius Junior. Eze. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he stands tall, impenetrable. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
There they go, hunting again.
Romero. Konate.
Strong running down that left flank.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Vinicius Junior. Tchouaméni has got himself a free kick. Romero. Tchouaméni. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Eze. And it's Eze. Valverde.
Now this could be a chance. Brilliantly cut out.
Vinicius Junior needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Romero looks to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Valverde.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the counter is on.
Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Vinicius Junior.
He is through here.
And he's had it nicked away. Van de Ven clears without hesitation. Eze did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. He's picked his way through. And it's Cucurella. Valverde. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Koundé. Looking to play him in. Shoots! Goal! Arsenal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And yes, it's him again.
Substitution on the field. Number 45.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 18.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Šeško. Number 10.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
Number 11.
Cherki.
Number 22.
Nice interception, well timed. Pogba. Looking for options for movement. Šeško! And that's a tiny finish. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It is compelling, this, utterly great chance! And that's a sharp finish! Coming, they have their reward. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
Vietnam with the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Pogba. Driving forward.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now there's a fine ball. Well read. And the danger is averted. And he's there to belt it away.
Arsenal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Vietnam, moments now away from seeing this one out.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick.
Substitution on the field. Number 6.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Pogba taking his leave here, having got himself on the score sheet.
He's sharing a smile or two as he's leaving the pitch, Peter. I think his contribution is widely appreciated.
Oh, terrible pass. Aimed beyond the defence. Vinicius Junior. It's gone all the way through to the keeper.
And the referee brings it to a close. Vietnam have been forced to do it the hard way, but they are pulled.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing.
My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. And he's been shifted off it.
Van der Ven did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, shooting chance!
Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And now they can spring out of defence. Driving on and making good progress. Now, can they get him away? Lovely pass, but can he get there?
And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Vietnam clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Looks to the other side.
That's a great ball cross-field.
Osimhen makes a dash for it.
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this guy Eze is always someone I've kept an eye on. A player who broke through as a left winger initially, but also has the intelligence, the vision required of a number 10, and he combines those roles very well, drifting in from the left, getting on the end of balls, and he takes it from there.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. No, that's been intercepted. Tchouaméni. Eze. Eze running with intent. Vietnam still without a single shot on target. For Valverde. And here's Thuram. He's played it back. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Tchouaméni has been caught there, it's a foul. And that's going to be a booking. And it's Eze. Good ball, good take. Well, that looks a decent ball. Now the cross. And he's taking no chances there. And that is expertly dealt with. Arsenal are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Well, he's done very well to take that back. Koundé, Konate, now Romero. Tchouaméni. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Konate. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. And it's Valverde. And here's Thuram. Little pass back. Here's Tchouaméni. Valverde. Valverde really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Vinicius Junior was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's Eze. 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 Eze! Goal! Arsenal! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. Arsenal have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Can he get on the end? Osimhen! And needless to say, that deserved better.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished. Vietnam certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
And it's Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni. He's chosen to go back. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. Mayulu. That's a lovely, neat pass. Oh, important interception. Cucurella clears.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Valverde. Koundé. And it's Valverde. Greenwood. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. That's it, 45 minutes up. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
And we come to you now with a quick request
Vietnam
for support
go in
for our
at
charity
half-time
fund,
with
Chance
a
in
game to
Football.
chase.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Vietnam really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And it's João Palhinha. João Palhinha. And here's Vinicius Junior. And a chance! And a neat finish! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
De Bruyne. Vinicius Junior needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble laying.
And the shot! And yes, it's there! And the comeback is complete! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Vietnam have their lead.
This is wonderful.
He's had a shot! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Substitution on the field. Number 45,
so we have movement on both benches.
Osterman. Number 18, Vinicius Junior.
Van Dijk gets across
Number
to intercept
15,
that.
De Bruyne.
Cherki
Number 8,
and Cucurella.
Mason Greenwood.
And it's Valverde.
Number 24,
And here's Thuram.
coming on the
Shoots!
field.
Brilliant from Valverde! About as smooth as it gets. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
I just thought that was going to hit the outside of the post for a moment there, but it just curled enough to catch the inside for a very good strike.
Arsenal dragged themselves back again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Ambitious ball here. Oh, he's found support out wide. Saliba calmly anticipates. Eze. Now he's got space here. Well timed, excellent interception. Van de Ven. Valverde. Tchouaméni. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Not the most accurate pass. Šeško. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Vietnam really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given.
Substitution.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. And it's Hakimi. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Mbappe into the last 5 minutes.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Pedri. And it's Mendes. Now Mbappe. Tonali. Dembele providing an outlet on that flank. Lovely bit of skill. Pinches it off him. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Eze.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
And it's Pedri. Stood up well to him there. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner, and extra time is next.
Substitution in progress.
Into extra time we go. Fermin stood his ground strongly. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He's having a pop! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Eze will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Fermin. Palhinha has created one goal already. Looking for options for movement. This is Dembele. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, I suppose the other choice, Peter, would have been to let your opponent score, so he had no other option.
Dembele is behind this one.
Yeah, it's an invitation to go for goal that you just can't resist.
And the finish! He lifts the roof! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Arsenal with the lead. Fermin. Eze. Mbappe. And the shot! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Mbappe really wanted that, didn't he? Probably a little too much, to be honest.
And he's managed to get rid. And it's Pedri. Fermin. Nice interception, well timed. He's having a
There will be 1 minute added
Hakimi.
time.
That's a good foray he's making. And it's Tonali. Cherki. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Decent chance! And that's in! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.